Right then, welcome to my channel, Dazzle Chelsea Blue. Before we get into it, if you can hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, few comments down below, and let's get into it. So this is just going to be the bit of latest news with the players we've been linked with or PR'd, and then basically the lineup then or the preview for the game against Crystal Palace tomorrow. So the latest is um, we are after, or looking at, I should say, or PR, Felix Felix Emeka, Borussia Dortmund, 25-year-old midfielder. Apparently, we're keeping an eye on him. Interested. Um, how far this will go, who knows? Also, still interested. Yan Dimande. Um, you know, then there's we're showing interest as well in Ruben Neves. Um, Good player, in all fairness, but it's what we've been PR'd. Will it happen? No. Also, the general that used to be one of ours, and then he went obviously then to uh, one of the was it Ronaldo's team in I can't remember if it was in Saudi Arabia, was it? Um, anyway, N'Golo Kante, uh, he's available for a loan. Um, will we go for him? Doubt it, but I would have him on the team. It would give, Caicedo definitely be able to rest him or even play him alongside one another. Love to see that, but I don't trust these owners, so I can't see it happening. Uh, Still no update on Douglas Luiz. You know, as I said on my last video, would I like him at the club years ago? Yes. Not now. I don't think. Personally, well, one, he's got a bit of an injury record now. Two, he has no form. Um, wasn't very good really for Juventus. Not doing much for Forest. So would he do good for us? I don't think he will. Obviously, you never know. But yeah, we're also interested in centre back in, hopefully I can pronounce his name right, from Bayern Munich, Kim Min Jae. We're interested in him. He would be okay, I suppose. He certainly adds experience. He's played in many big games. I think he'd give us a bit more experience than what we have. But once again, will it happen? I don't think it will. Still no um, nothing really on Jacquet or Jacquet from Ren. As I said in my last video, they're and ahhing about the fee. Basically, our owners are just being penny pinching once again, like they did with Mike Mannion. They didn't want to spend that extra couple of million. We could have a decent goalkeeper. But same with this. But this is a bit more of a couple of million. They're valuing Jacquet at 60 plus million, and we want to pay about 40 million. So it's like 20 million, apart basically. But I said he's an unproven kid. At the end of the day, you know, whether he, even if he does come, apparently we're going to loan him back to Rennes for the remainder of the season if we believe what we hear is true. I said don't know anything about him apart from he's played what 30 games for League One or League. Um, as I said, He has a bit of height, admittedly, 6'3", but he don't have no experience. Bit difference between playing, in the Premier League and in the French league. So I don't think he's. As I said, once again, we could have brought back Alsamino, could have recalled Mamadou Sarr, but they're not going down that route. They want to waste more money, blow more money, which they don't have the money personally, but that's what they want to do. We could have bought Mark Gurhey. I mean, look today with Man City, we could have bought Semenyo as well, but they don't trust the project. They've done well for Man City today, what I'm hearing. Man City, if you don't know, close your ears if you don't know the score. You've got 5 seconds. Basically, they won 2-0. Semenyo got on the score sheet and he hit a post as well. But as I said, both of them played well and they fitted in like a glove. But we could have had that if we had more ambitious owners and our project was a lot better suited to other players. But unfortunately, under these owners, they're just there's no ambition there. The project's a madness, or the model. But yeah, so that's it with that. Also, if I can find it, if you just bear with me for a second. Also read. Um, I think I might have lost it actually. Oh yeah, it is. Achimpong. Uh, See, looks like he's leaving. Crystal Palace have shown interest, and also Bayern Munich has shown interest in Achimpong. Um, I would not be surprised if he did go. Um, I prefer him personally to play alongside, Trevor Chalobah or play on the right because he's played on our right for a couple of times. But I prefer to have him, than going for another improving player, especially the amount of money that they want. It's ludicrous. It's like triple the price of, as I said, Mark Gurhey. But there you go. So yeah, that's basically the latest of the news of the transfer, the speculation. So do do we believe any of this PR? No, I don't. As I always say, and I always say it, I believe it when they're holding our shirt up. You know, that's when I'll believe these players sign. Um, do any of these players I've mentioned um, change my mind on this model project changing? No, does it, Al? Let's be honest. They said with my Angola Kante coming back to us and you know give Caicedo a rest or even play them alongside each other, but it's not going to happen. Um, Ruben Neves, he's a decent player in all fairness, but don't see it happening. Felix Nemeka, don't know anything about him, won't lie to you. Um, so don't know. This Jan Diomande, I believe he's been targeted for the summer. Don't know nothing about him. We're also being told about Julian Alvarez. But once again, I mean, he's a decent player. I think he's a lot better than what we got, but I don't see it happening. So that's where I am really with those. And Douglas Luiz, years ago, yes, but now not for me. I think you know, don't I think he's. I just don't think he'd be able to do it if he's an injury prone. What good is he going to be for us being on the bench? We already have on a medical table. You already have Lavia on the medical table. We also have Usugo on the medical table. Do we want any more? I don't know, but you never know these owners. So yeah, that's it really with the transfer speculation or PR waffle. So I think that's it for that part of the segment. Um, I will now go into the lineup, what I think AI and sporting directors will pick. So goalkeeper obviously will be Sanchez because Jorgensen is injured. On the left, I imagine we'll see Cucurella. Then Trev Chalobah. It's whether he plays Fofana or Badiashile. Tossing's out, so we haven't got to worry about him. So if you one of the two, I'd imagine it would probably Badiashile. I'd imagine. Prefer to see Achimpong, but then on the right, then I think you'd probably go Gusto. And then you have Reece James and Caicedo. And on the left, I'd imagine we'll probably see Garnacho. Then probably Fernandez. Hopefully it's Palmer, but probably Fernandez. On the right hand side, I imagine he's going to go for Neto. I prefer to see Esteval. And then up top, I think you go with Liam Delap. So that's who I think he will go for, not mine choice. You know, if it was me, I'd have obviously be Sanchez, Cucurella, Reece James on the right, Trevor Chalobah, Achimpong, then Santos, Caicedo. On the left, if I had my way with the players we have, I'd have Sterling. I think he's a bit more experienced. He knows the league. He knows everything about everything. So I'd have him and Esteval, Cole Palmer, and unfortunately we got nobody up top bar. You know, Liam Delap or João Pedro. So I'd probably go with João Pedro if I was picking a team. Anyway, and then for a score prediction, I would say we'd win. I mean, Crystal Palace, they're not playing particularly well. You know, they've lost a couple of their star players, and certainly Mark he weakens their defence. I would say we win, but we are Charity FC. But I would say we would win, and I would go for a 2-0 win. But I would not be surprised if we lose or draw. I would not be surprised. Probably be a draw, but we should pen and paper, 2 billion spent. Not what we're doing here. You know, we should be steamrolling these games and these teams. You know, really. But yeah, that's what I think. It'll be 2-0 to Chelsea. So, but we'll see tomorrow. I don't think there's nothing else. Once again, as I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, um, hit the notification bell, comments down below. You know, come on, guys. You know, help me out. Yeah, and what we doing here? You know, we're all Chelsea here. You know, we bleed blue. We don't burn blue here. And so yeah, that's it today. As I said, it's not a big video, too much PR. Um, I will do a video tomorrow after the game. Um, if anything major happens, if we make a signing tomorrow or or late tonight, I may do a video in the morning. Otherwise, it'll be as I said after the game for the review. So that's it for the day. As I said, like and support the channel, the video, hit the notification bell, put comments down below, and as always, win blue, and you know, win, lose or draw, blue go out. Not this changing the model madness. You know, the model's not changing. Um, surely you can all see it now, or you should be able to see it. Normal people can see it, but unfortunately, there's a lot of you who can't. So anyway, respect to every single one of you. This is not personal, just want to club back. But I said, as I said earlier, win, lose, draw, blue go out, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers, guys. That's a Chelsea Blue out.